Defense Updates has reached 200,000 subscribers. We cannot thank you enough. We promise to keep delivering interesting content. Follow us on social media. Support us on Patreon. All links in description below. The Japan Air Self-Defense Forces (JASDF) fleet of Mitsubishi F-2 multirole fighter jets will be fitted with a new domestically produced supersonic anti-ship missile currently under development, the Yomiuri Shimbun newspaper reported this month. The new missile, designated Xasm-3, is slated to be introduced into service with the JASDF this fiscal year following the successful completion of operational trials, including conducting a live fire exercise targeting a decommissioned Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force JMSDF destroyer. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how Japan plans to wreck Chinese Navy with Xasm-3 Supersonic missile. Let's get started.
Number 5.
Japan has quietly watched as the People's Liberation Army Navy, PLAN, has gone from a green water navy capable of operating only in regional seas relatively close to home to a full-fledged blue water fleet operating as far as the Indian Ocean and Baltic Sea. China's maintained very high economic growth over the last 20 years and has become a major economic power. It spent heavily on military buildup and modernized its military forces. The PLAN is now considerably larger than the Japan's Maritime Self-Defense Force in both overall tonnage and number of ships. China's rise, as predicted by many experts, is not peaceful. In recent times, China has been very aggressive in its posturing. Its activities are far off from being a sensible nation. China's corrosive behaviors in South China Sea and neighboring areas has not gone unnoticed. The Japan MOD's 28 budget request contains several hundred millions of yen to start mass producing the Xasm-3 missile this year. As per the budget document, the introduction of the new missile is aimed at keeping the Chinese Navy, which has been taking high-handed action in the East China Sea and other places.
Number 4.
The Xasm-3 is reportedly capable of traveling speeds up to Mach 3 and has an estimated range of over 150 kilometers. The sea-skimming missile is capable of flying close to sea levels to reduce the probability of detection and interception, and is purportedly fitted with an inertial or GPS navigation system while switching over to an active or passive seeker in the terminal phase of its flight. The JASDF currently operates a fleet of around 90 Mitsubishi F-2 multirole fighter aircraft, which first entered service in 2007. Each aircraft will be capable of carrying up to 2 Xasm-3 missiles. The new missile will replace the older domestically produced Type 80 and Type 93 air-to-ship missiles capable of reaching high subsonic speed.
Number 3.
Xasm-3, when fired from a range of 150 kilometers, will reach the target in about 2.5 minutes. Current ship-based air defenses of all the navies, including that of U.S., will find it difficult to engage a supersonic missile. In case of much less advanced Chinese Navy, the odds will be even slimmer. The scenario becomes more complex when multiple missiles are launched simultaneously as part of a saturation attack. With Xasm-3 being deployed with F-2 fighter, the range increased considerable and will be a deadly adversary for any Chinese destroyers or aircraft carriers. It must be noted that Japan, in an event of a conflict, basically needs to hold off China's initial onslaught before U.S. comes to aid as per the Treaty of Mutual Cooperation and Security between the United States and Japan, which was signed in 1952. The Xasm-3 will be instrumental in this scenario.
Number 2.
The JASDF is also reportedly considering arming its burgeoning force of 42 F-35A Lightning II 5th-generation stealth fighter jets with the next-generation, long-range, precision-guided Joint Strike Missile (JSM). The new missile is slated to become fully operational by 2025, with initial operational capability expected in 2021. Furthermore, Japan is in the process of developing a new land-based anti-ship missile to reinforce the defenses of remote Japanese-controlled islets in the East China Sea. The new missile will have an approximate range of 300 kilometers, use solid fuel, and is expected to be deployed by 2023.
Number 1.
The planned missile deployment comes at a time of great controversy in Japan as Premier Shinzo Abe seeks to revise Japan's post-Second World War pacifist constitution. He currently enjoys majority and has long expressed his will to rework Article 9 of Japan's constitution. Article 9 renounces the right to war and prohibits land, sea, and air forces. The ambiguous constitutional status of the self-defense forces has resulted in debates over limits on their role. A study by consultant Deloitte found that Japan, as a result, had the least aggressive defense posture of 18 Asia-Pacific nations it compared, based on 7 parameters, such as military spending as a proportion of the economy. But this could change as Japan's public gets more concerned about China's intentions and sentiments change. Japan's cabinet approved an increase of 1.3% in the annual military budget, raising it to a record $45.8 billion for the year 2018. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.